A growing movement across Africa is calling for a dramatic political shift: the appointment of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the transitional president of Burkina Faso, as the leader of a unified African government. A petition advocating for Traoré to become the president of Africa has gained significant traction, sparking widespread debate about the future of the continent. But what does this movement truly mean? And could such a transformation actually happen? Let's dive in. The petition states, and I quote, "The existing divided leadership in Africa has led to disparities in growth, development, and equality across the continent. This petition aims to dissolve colonial borders and bring together the diverse nations of Africa under collective leadership for a more united, robust Africa. We propose Ibrahim Traoré, the current president of Burkina Faso, to be the unified president of Africa. With a solid track record, his leadership would ensure equitable development, a single currency, and a unified national flag representing all African nations." Out of more than 1,733 individuals who signed the preceding petition, a significant majority supports a borderless Africa led by one leader. Now is the time to heighten our efforts. Unity is strength. Together we can build a stronger Africa. Let's unite Africa under one leader, one currency, and one flag. End of quote. But is this vision realistic? Let's find out. Captain Ibrahim Traoré took power in Burkina Faso in 2022 after leading a military coup against Paul-Henri Damiba. Since then, he has positioned himself as a staunch anti-imperialist and a defender of Africa's sovereignty. Under his leadership, Burkina Faso has cut ties with Western influences, especially France, and has sought stronger partnerships with African nations and emerging global powers like Russia and China. The petition for Traoré's continental presidency stems from widespread dissatisfaction with Africa's current political leadership. Many believe existing leaders are too aligned with Western interests, neglecting the welfare and development of their own people. The movement behind the petition argues that Africa needs a leader who will, 1. Champion African sovereignty by reducing reliance on Western institutions and aid. 2. Unify the continent to create a single, powerful African entity. 3. Combat corruption by removing leaders accused of mismanagement and self-enrichment. 4. Promote self-reliance by fostering economic growth, industrialization, and technological advancement. This sounds like a great idea, but it's not a new concept. Leaders like Kwame Nkrumah, Muammar Gaddafi, and Thomas Sankara all advocated for a United States of Africa. Yet, despite decades of Pan-African movements, a single African government remains a distant dream because there are major obstacles. Here are 4 key challenges standing in the way of this vision. Number 1. Political structure. Africa has 54 sovereign nations, each with its own government and interests. Unifying them under one presidency would require a massive political and constitutional overhaul. Number 2. Economic disparities. Some African nations have strong economies, like South Africa and Nigeria, while others struggle with extreme poverty. Merging such diverse economies would be a daunting task. Number 3. Colonial borders and ethnic divisions. The borders drawn by colonial powers have fueled ethnic and political tensions across Africa. A single leader would need to navigate these complex divisions. Number 4. Opposition from global powers. A strong, united Africa would challenge the dominance of Western powers, who may resist such a movement to maintain their influence over African resources and policies. Despite these obstacles, many Africans believe Traoré is the ideal candidate to lead a united Africa. Why? Here are 4 reasons why Traoré has gained so much support. Number 1. Anti-colonial stance. Traoré has actively expelled French military forces and cut economic ties with France, appealing to Africans frustrated with lingering post-colonial influence. Number 2. Youthful leadership. At just 36 years old, he represents a new generation of African leadership, contrasting with the aging politicians who have held power for decades. Number 3. Military and strategic experience. As a military officer, Traoré has shown tactical expertise in handling security threats, particularly terrorism, which remains a major issue in many African nations. Number 4. Vision for self-sufficiency. He has promoted economic independence, the control of Africa's natural resources, and stronger regional alliances, particularly within the Sahel region. Supporters argue that Africa's current leadership has failed to address critical issues like poverty, corruption, and foreign exploitation. They see Traoré as a symbol of resistance and change. Critics, however, believe that a single African leader is unrealistic. They point to the inefficiency of the African Union and the complex political landscape of the continent as major barriers. So far, African governments have ignored the petition, with many leaders seeing Traoré's rise as a direct challenge to the status quo. Realistically, the idea of a single African president is unlikely to happen anytime soon. However, this petition is more than just a call for leadership change. It reflects Africa's deep-rooted desire for unity, self-reliance, and sovereignty. Whether or not Traoré ever becomes the face of Africa's leadership, one thing is clear: a political shift is brewing. Will Africa see a new era of Pan-Africanism? Only time will tell. What do you think? Should Africa have one leader? Is Ibrahim Traoré the right person for the job? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on African politics and global affairs. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.